Yeah, well, I'm very, very excited to have an office opening in Auburn. As you know, the district changed from when I was in office before, and only the very northern part of Cayuga County was in the district before. Now I've got Auburn and the entire county, and of course continue to have Onondaga County. So when I was asked, are you going to have an office in Auburn, the current Congressman Richard Hanna, who's still in Congress but no longer has Auburn, he had an office here. I said, well, yeah, that would definitely be my intention. What I didn't expect is that we'd get such good space, and we have right across from the Auburn Citizen, a 3-room suite that we were able to get at a very reasonable price, plus some additional space. It's going to really allow us, I think, to serve the constituents well and have a presence in this extremely valuable and historical city. It's a great question, and it is very important because really, as a member of Congress, I have 2 jobs. One of the jobs is to go down and vote and work on legislation. But the other job is just as important, and maybe even more important, and that is to be an advocate for every single constituent, regardless of their political affiliation or whether they're involved or whatever. It doesn't matter. If it's a constituent, I am their advocate within the federal government. And so whether it's a problem with the IRS or your Social Security check gets lost in the mail or something goes wrong with that, Medicare, immigration, trying to work on immigration issues, even in areas with the post office, certainly all sorts of veteran issues and military issues, all of that stuff we can help with. Sometimes we're extremely successful. Sometimes we do our very, very best and there's not a lot we can do, and then everything in between. But we really want an opportunity to work on people's cases because often when people have given up, there's something we can do, there's some piece of knowledge, or there's somebody I can call as a congressman and get the logjam broken and really help a family. And frankly, that's the most rewarding part of the job. So anyone who comes into the Auburn office, calls the Auburn office, will have qualified caseworkers that can take their information and start figuring out, is there a way that we haven't thought of to help? Well, Ian Phillips, who's an Auburn native, and his whole family is in Auburn, is leading our office here, as well as being district manager, responsible for all of the areas outside of Onondaga County and even parts of Onondaga County. So he's very, very valuable. Right now, he's the only full-time staff person assigned to Auburn, but we hope to expand our staff a little bit. A lot of our caseworkers are kind of shared staff that base out of Syracuse and Onondaga County, but come out here often. But I will admit we are affected by the sequester, just like the rest of the federal government. And so we've wanted to establish the presence. We have the office. We have Ian. We'll have these caseworkers who can sort of float. But I would like to have an even slightly larger staff, just to make sure that there's always somebody there if you walk in. Right now, if Ian has to travel, it may be necessary to temporarily close the office while he goes off to a different part of the county. And so we really want to try to make it so that you can really walk in at any time. Nonetheless, of course, by appointment, we'll make sure that people are available, and someone can always come over from Onondaga County. So, we've got enough staff to start. We'd like to expand it more as the need arises. Ian's going to set up office hours in certain days that we know he can be there, and he'll schedule that to be there. But otherwise, we'll always be open for appointments, etc. What's important is that we have that presence and that people know we're there and know how to sign up. Of course, we have a website also. We have an actual presence and a virtual presence. Make sure that people can get the help they need. It's very, very important. This is a middle-class district, and I ran on trying to make sure that we serve the middle class. Even something like the Maffei plant closing, there will be unemployment benefits, maybe job placement, probably trade adjustment assistance won't be relevant in that case, but in some other cases it might be. These are areas where we can help. And even if it's not a federal program, we'll still have people who will know about them and can help get people in touch. So, it's an old an old expression, oh, you got a problem, call your congressman. But I want to do that. I want to make sure that people can call my office, and whether we can directly help or indirectly help, they'll make sure that that they'll get some assistance and at least guidance. And because it's a complicated world right now, and I'm just hoping we can make it a little bit simpler on people.